What is up, everyone? Joey Musselman here with GameSense, and it has been a minute. No elites in June, so I've been taking some time off, so apologies if I stumble here today. But we got an overview of Gstaad. Fun fact, I'm going to be there for finals day. Woo! So definitely going to get my head in the game for this one. Very excited. Alrighty. So, per usual, actually, Gstaad. Boom. Per usual, we start with our power rankings. Now, this one's kind of funny. You might be surprised who's at number one there, Velde and Groot, but their subset is quite small, and they come from two very good teams. And in Ostrava, they did beat our number three team here, Hölting Nilsson and Andersson, and took Ahmed and Hölting to 3 sets. So I think that the Glicko is definitely being a little bit dramatic here. But interesting to see that it reacts that way. They are the 7 seed. What are the big jumps we have? Krav and Banesh also up there, surprisingly. Plavins and Folkrots is the number 2. I feel like they've been performing really well recently, but I just don't. When they're good, I feel like it's not like electric. Maybe I just don't have the respect for the more conservative teams, but anyway. Those Frenchies still in the top 8. Good for them. Hamburg and Burger up there. I do not know why we are ranking them so high. They have not played well, very well recently, but I should have double checked that. Anyway, round out the back half, we got our Brazilian teams, Evandro and Arthur. Man, I hope they can have a good tournament. They really haven't had too many good showings this year. Andre and Renato have looked good. I think they beat Sweden in pools in Ostrava and then busted out. You'll see Perisic is here, not playing with Sedlak, surprisingly. The two of them went to silver at Ostrava. I listened to Travis Mortar talk about this. Apparently, Daz Ranovok, younger guy, just giving him the Perisic kind of training with the older guy. And everyone gets better when you're playing with a good player. I mean, we saw it with Sedlak, who's basically unknown before Perisic was on the court with him, and then boom, they get silver. So that's our main draw. Tomorrow, and also apologies, I know these games are at 3 p.m., so that's like in 6 hours getting this one just in at the end. But here's our qualifiers. Got a couple of highlights here. Like I said, we got that Sedlax back to his, I believe this was his team before. So watch out for them doing something cool. Shaw and Partain, man, I really want them to do well, but they're against a team that has beat the US before. They beat the good, or not the good, the more popular, I suppose. I think it's kind of up in the air who's better between Shaw and Partain and, well, it's not. The Crab and Banesh have better results, but I think Shaw and Partain have a lot of potential. Anyway, Verkouteren and Verlangendonk beat them, and I think took a game off of Sweden in one of the Brazilian tournaments, maybe Brasilia or Saquarema. So hopefully Sean Partain gets to get to the main draw. I really want to watch them, but Verkouter and Van Langendonk are nothing to scoff at. And then our last match, Trevor Crab and Chase Buttinger playing against the Swiss home team. Now this one for me, we'll talk about each of these. Anything else here? Got those two Australian teams. I like to see them. These SAG setters, I believe they just won a challenge, so should be hot coming off of that. And then Waller Pristaus, always in pools or always in qualifiers, and then end up kicking butt. Look at that 1734 Glicko. So that's like up there. If they were on this, they'd be number 5. So I don't know if that Glicko's jacked up or what, but they are a good team, and you can expect them to beat that Italian team probably. All right, so yeah, I was talking about these guys. So Partain Gstaad is a good tournament for him. Him and Andy won gold in 2023. I actually watched that match or the highlights from that match today. Man, Andy's just a great, great, great blocker. And then Shaw's got that good Quintana Roo result. And then Verkouter and Van Langendong both won the first challenge of the new first year in Bhubaneswar. So we got Sean Partain winning this, but I can see that these two will be a close one. All right, and then this one, which I didn't really get into. So Trevor Crabb and Chase Budinger got ninth at the one challenge that they played together in. Um, they didn't look great, and they're against a home team. And I thought Heidrich was the better of these two, but Hauser has the silver result there. Um, but yeah, we'll see. It's also kind of weird because all these American pairings, same thing with Sean Partain, like on the local circuit, they're not playing with each other. So I don't know. It's a tough call. I don't know if I'm just like too late to the game to really believe in Trevor Crabb, but I mean, he won the AVP League last year, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being ridiculous and he's going to show me up. But yeah, excited to see that play. And then last one, Sepka Sedlak and the Bello brothers. I didn't know this today. I was looking this up, and apparently the Bello brothers won gold in Rio in an elite 2 years ago. So definitely a team that can reach high. Um, and then Sepka and Sedlak, obviously we talked about Sepka earlier. Nasty blocker. We'll see how he does without a crazy defender with Perisic behind him, but um, fun to watch this here. All right, pools. We're just gonna go through these real quick because they're not established yet, obviously, because challenge or the qualifier still got to happen. Expect Amon and Helvig to cruise here. It'll probably be a fight for second place between Berger and Hammerberg and the Capagrosso brothers. Should be a good match. Flavins, Fokros, Andre and Renato, Cadafava del Corso. I know I'm always talking about this Italian team, but man, I really like them and just want to see them do well. And not top three teams here. Maybe they make an upset. Probably not. Andre and Renato looked really good in Ostrava. What? I should have it pulled up who they lost to, but I think, yeah, like I said, I think they beat Ahmed and Helvig in pools. So they've been looking good. And then Plavins and Folkross have been getting results all year. And I feel like Folkrots has just like really been on. Like Plavins, pretty steady, like does good things. These two just gotta like not fall apart. I feel like they have when their mental's bad, it's bad. Um, so something to keep an eye out for. So what do we got here? So Plavins and Folkrots, one in Saccharum. I don't know what that result is there. That Andre might be messed up, but looks like Andre's got some history against them, playing with a couple different players. If that uh, second result is correct, I gotta double check that. These Brazilian names have really been a fun challenge for this system to track efficiently. And I just got the one result here from Cadafava and Del Corso. And Del Corso beat Folkerots way back in the day, so it's something to keep an eye out for there. Del Corso, not a huge blocker. We'll see. We'll see if Cadafava, when he gets on a serving run, he can be good. So we'll like I said, we'll see there. All right. Expect Hölting Nilsson and Andersson to sweep here. This Israeli team is interesting. I've watched them in a couple of challenges. They're pretty good. What do I remember about them? Their defender, I think, has a really good serve. Their blocker's big. I don't know. It'll be cool to see them on the elite stage. See how they do. And honestly, well, actually, Perisic is probably going to kick their butts. So we shall see. All right. Rotar, Gautier, Raw. Really, Jordan, Avandro, and Arthur. This will be a fun one. I feel like, I don't know, maybe we'll see some Swiss magic here. We definitely saw some Czech magic in Ostrava, so don't know a ton about this Swiss team, but wishing them the best. Love to see the home team win. We do have a little bit of history here. So Heidrich and Jordan beat Rotar and Gautier Raw last year in a challenge event and then beat them in a futures event. That's very interesting. This is an upset to watch out for. Calling it now. All right, who's got the better of these two? They've played a ton, huh? Okay, so Gautier Raw 2-0'd them in Ostrava. But Avandro and Arthur, okay, so they won last year in both of them. Just look at those results from Avandro and Arthur last year. They were hot last year. They've kind of had a slow start. We'll see if. But look at this. I mean, they did well in the European circuit last year, so we will see if they end up doing that again. All right. This will be a fun matchup to watch. I'm interested to see how Bormans and Bauer mesh more the more time they have together. Borman's obviously crazy good player. Bauer seems a little error prone, I think, when I watched from Ostrava, and honestly, Borman's looked a little bit error prone too. But Dabas and IA, they've been up and down. When they're on, they're really on, and they look crazy, unbeatable, potentially a top 4 team in the world. And when they're off, they look not great. So maybe a good showing from them. And then the other Dutch team here. So Van de Velde and de Groot were our Glicko #1 against Kraven Benesh. So that will be a good sign here in pool play to see if Kraven Benesh are going to have what it takes to get to Sunday, which is what we're hoping for because Sunday only has women's semis. It doesn't have men's semis. So I'm only going to get to watch the men's side, bronze and gold. But either way, it's going to be some awesome volleyball, and I am so stoked to watch. What do we got here? So the history of Benesh and Partain seems to go the way of the Dutchies, but experience is good. And these are all from 2024. So who knows? All right, I meant to put this slide at the top, but I didn't. But we are missing 2 of the top, in my opinion, 4 teams. I think the top 4 is Qatar, Norway, and then the 2 Swedish teams. You might say that one of the French teams is number 5, or the US. No, the USA number 5. Oh, Plavins and Filkrots is maybe number 5. So that, like, below the tier, I think Cherif and Ahmed are probably the highest of the tier below the top 3. Anyway, Cherif's injured, not going to be there. And then Mole and Sørum, Mole's shoulder is still jacked up, so they will not be in this one. Bummer, love to watch both of those teams play. But open field, unfortunately, it's probably going to be Sweden again. Well, not unfortunately. It's obviously the Swedish teams are super fun to watch, but always good to have some new blood in the mix. Speaking of Swedish teams, last year, Hölting Nilsson and Andersson, I think they came out of qualifiers and made it all the way to the gold medal match and looked good and just didn't have the juice to beat Qatar. But Qatar is not here this year, so watch out for Hölting Nilsson and Andersson ripping it up. They did lose, like I said earlier, to Van de Velde and Van de Velde and de Groot in pools last tournament. So interesting to see if they are still serving form and if Hölting Nilsson and Andersson can make another run. Seems to be a good place to do it. And then last but not least, I mentioned it before, but Evandro and Arthur, I want them to do good. I think the world's a better place when Evandro is ripping jump serves and Arthur is just doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Just fun volleyball to watch. Good team when they're good. So alrighty, that is our show for tonight. Thanks for watching. It has been quite the long day for me, but happy that I did it. If you see my hair is a little bit wet, it's because I was just playing volleyball myself. I think that's it. I'm gonna stop this now and then upload it and then go to sleep because I'm tired. All right, bye.